welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I'm so happy you are here. So we are actually I'm catching up a little bit. And so this was actually the second highest reading, or maybe it was the highest viewer voted on choice for the reading. And so this is and actually that was for like last week, but like I said, I'm catching up. So this is what is the next chapter in your life. So very excited. I really feel like most of us are ready for that next chapter, not in a bad way at all, but more of like we've been holding our breath. Does that make sense to you? Like, have you been holding your breath maybe about like whatever it is? Like, it could be about love, it could be about like business, it could just be about anything and everything. Like, you've been kind of holding your breath, right? And then I feel like it's the next. It's now we're turning the page and we're getting ready for this like new amazing chapter in our life. So I'm gonna introduce you to each pile. So this is pile 1, and again, you can like how I choose at least, because I like to watch with the cards. Sometimes you just look at the image, sometimes you get you see the numbers or the word, or like even like little bits of this. For example, there's a little frog there. I don't know if you're maybe that's something that you're being called to. So you just, whenever you pick a pile, you just use your intuition the best you can. And you take whatever messages that resonate and you leave what doesn't. And your own spirit will guide you. I know they will. So we have, this is the second pile. Very, very, very interesting. I like this. And this is pile 3. And like I said, everything, there's look at the numbers, look at picture, look at the words. Something's going to call you to it. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Clear our mind. Yeah, let's move around a little bit. And now as you exhale and open your eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. Hello, friends from pile 1. Oh, I'm very excited. Let's see what's your next chapter in your life. So very excited because I feel like, like I said in the intro, so I feel like we've been holding our breath and now we're ready to move forward towards something new. So look at that. Okay. What I'm seeing here, and so part of this is, I like to think about this as like the overall, like the big ones, if you will. So we have a compass. You're still finding your path. I feel like that's what it is. Maybe you found it, but I feel like this is still like you're still in search for your path, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want you to hear that, because sometimes you're like, oh no, I have to make up my mind, or I have to go. No, I feel like you might just be a little bit wandering around, and that's not a bad thing. Your inner compass is correct, even if you feel like, oh no, I'm going the wrong path. I do feel like, to me, this is very much like a third eye, so like listening to your intuition. But I always think that using your intuition is like the best thing. Here, the frog. So like in shaman mythology, if you will, or like culture, I don't know. I don't really know the correct term to use, but I would say in shaman, it really just wants to say mythology. So, and mythology is not an insult at all. It just, that's how they view things. And so the frog is all about, like, you hear the frog ribbiting, right? Like the song, they sing. It's quite beautiful too. It's to come for the water to come, right? That's there. Like, there's a story behind it. And so the frog's ribbit is all about clearing the energy of the rain for us to clear away. It's sort of like clearing any clutter, clearing any old stuff. So that's what I'm feeling for you here. It's almost like, even though I said we're moving on to the next phase, I really do think that the next phase for you may not be necessarily going in, how do I say it, like moving rather, but more of calling in this rain, calling in the water calling in, and I do like there's like a lot of water here, and so we have the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And so for me, that is actually also very important, because you can actually see there's a sense of mirror, like you can see the mirroring, and the water is mirroring here as well. And here we have the mountains could be obstacles, and so before you even take the next step, before like I feel like this is like yeah, I call it the in-between. I often do. It's like you're the next chapter, maybe it's not necessarily an action-based chapter. It's more of like cleansing, yeah, seeing what trigger is, what's triggering. And for me, that's the healing that needs to do. Like, what is triggering you is important here. And we have the courageous pony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. And so this is actually like this, because it's sort of like having the courage, and it really does take a lot of courage to actually face yourself, face your shadows, face your triggers, face your triggers. How do you face your triggers without being triggered? Right, that's something. But I feel like this is what I'm seeing here. It's like you're blossoming, and so and very much analogy with the flower. It's like you need the water. I maybe for some of you this actually might be where you need to actually go to the water, to a beach, to a lake, even just to take a bath. But there's some sense here. This chapter is all about cleansing. It's all about clearing and really blossoming and blooming. And then noticing that your unique nature. And for me, the unique nature means that you may not agree with everybody. And so I don't want you to like try to conform into like what everybody else is doing. You get to be unique, and so you're still trying to find it out. I feel like that's also part of this cleansing that comes through here. You're cleansing yourself of like old thought patterns, old self-limiting beliefs, all those kinds of things. That's what you're cleansing yourself off. And look, you have like, there's a sense of blooming and blossoming, really looking at yourself. I really want to say this is the time for shadow work here. So this is your next chapter. It is not about action. And then I'm going to say, like, here's a lot of action. All right, so I'm using my one of my favorite, the Christmas cheer tarot, and that's like I created this because I love Christmas. I do. Christmas is one of my favorite. I think it might be my favorite holiday. There's so much beauty. There's so much behind the holiday. So very amazing things to do. Look at this. I want you to see this. You actually got the King of Cups twice. King of Presents, King of Book. And again, like I said, there's a sense of being called to water. It really is. And so look at that. I am going to say I love this. And there also is a sense here of with the 5 of candles. It's just like I said, you have to stand away from the crowd. You have to stand away from like all the majority, like everything. You stand on your own. Your beliefs and your thought processes and even your decisions, how you live your life, it may not be in agreement with all your friends or all your other things, or even on your Instagram feed or whatever it is, that you just stand and you be you. But this 5 of candles is also a sense of these are all for me as well, like not just others, but it's your own limiting beliefs. It's your own, like, it's sort of like you have an internal struggle with yourself. It's not something that is like, oh my goodness, it's a terrible thing. No, I really feel like you're clearing out the static. I like to call that the static, like the static noise of thoughts that aren't really your own, but rather what I guess you've been trained to think. So yeah, there is for some of you, maybe this is a time of vacation, a time where you go to the water, like 4 of candy canes, so 4 of swords. So it's a sense of, yes, especially look, I want you to see this because it has the 9 of Swords underneath. And so you've been wanting something. Oh my goodness. You've been wanting this delicious. Oh, I could totally, I could feel that. You've been wanting this delicious cheesecake with the blueberry sauce. Oh, come on. Totally delicious looking. And you can't reach it because you're too small. You can't reach it. I feel like you've been not allowing yourself. And so the 9 of Swords, it's all about the fear of maybe missing out. Oh, yeah, that could be something. Your fear of missing out, fear of not like getting to eat this delicious, cheesecake. But I feel like, so for some of you, I want to say that a part of that fear may make you feel like you have to like, keep riding the hamster wheel, keep turning your, spinning your wheels, keep spinning, working, but not really resting, not really enjoying. So for those of you who that is, I'm going to say like, is it going to like, are you going to enjoy the cheesecake if you're always turning your wheels, if you're always like, rather than maybe taking the time to actually enjoy that piece of cheesecake, or rather than worrying about what other people are doing, really going deep within yourself and actually, I would say like taking yourself on a vacation, taking yourself where you actually connect with it. I don't know why I keep saying that. It's sort of like, I guess maybe there's just a lot of comparison here too with this 5 of candles. I feel like you compare yourself a lot to others, and that's why I was surprised when I said the IGC like feed, but I feel like that might be something that you're like, your fear of missing out. And I think that's like, that's why this chapter is so important, because you're going to understand that by kind of always trying to like, I guess, focus externally, you're missing out on the awesomeness that is you, and we're being pointed out. So your compass is right now, your compass, and that's why you can't really move. Like I said, this is not an action-based reading for me at all. This is like the next chapter is more of, and I know some of you are like, we are done with the internal work. My friends, you're not quite there yet, because there's still like you're missing something. You're missing your own awesomeness. You're missing your own awesomeness in your life. You're missing something that's so important. You're also needing to rest, taking that rest vacation also. So what I was also seeing here with this 2 of Cups, for some of you, maybe there is like next chapter is possible love here. But what the 2 of Cups really was guiding me here is, like I said, really coming to terms with yourself, like really learning to love yourself. And that for me is like all sides here. We have, divine masculine, divine feminine coming together. And it's almost like being friends with yourself. For some of you, maybe the next chapter is, I do feel like there's a lot of internal work. But for the next chapter, for some of you, maybe there might be friendship coming through here. For friendship that turns to more for some of you, which is not bad, which you might need on a vacation. But for like, I want to say for the majority, I feel like there's a sense of needing to appreciate yourself more. That this is like, that's what the big message here is. It's like you need to like appreciate yourself more, because there is more, you're not giving yourself enough credit. I really like, it's almost like I feel like all of the thought processes are external, and we need to like be like, look how awesome I am. Really awesome, and how awesome my life is, and look at all these amazing things that I've done, and look at amazing things like, like having a state of gratitude of where you are, and who you are. That's what I want to say to you. The King of Cups for me is a sense of nourishing. And for some of you, this love person might be a water sign. Like if it'll pan itself out, and I know you'll be like, oh yeah, okay. And for others of you, yeah, like I feel like there's a sense abundance coming through here for you as well. Like there's in having power in your emotions, like being very aware of emotions, your thoughts and your like feelings, but also like a sense of intuition, seeing things from a, not so much of a zoomed in perspective, but more of a broader terms. I really do think that's what I'm seeing here. And I do love that there is abundance. Once you've cleared yourself of this sense of like, you know, like there, like I said, internal struggle, but I also feel like you're always trying to like you're always comparing yourself to others. Once you stop doing that and you understand there is no need to compare, you are you and they are they, and they are them, right? There, whoever it is, there's only one you and there's only one of them. Don't need to compare. I think that's when you understand that, that's when you have abundance coming through here. You have a sense of like, I think blessings coming through. And I really do feel like it is abundance, the blessings that comes through with this 10 of Pentacles. I love that this is sort of like, you can be the life of the party. You can be enjoying yourself. I really like, I feel like you're quite blessed. Maybe you're not externally focused. You might not notice it. I can see why you need the frog to kind of clear, I want to say like clear your eyes, give you a totally new perspective here. And friendships is important here as well. I feel like there's so many gifts coming your way. If you haven't done so, you should check out like what you don't see coming, and also like gifts or blessings that are coming in the next 3 months. That is a good reading for you, my friends, because I feel like, and even here in the 3, it's sort of like the 3 months that is coming. Like I feel like you're going to have blessings, unexpected blessings coming one after the other. One starts out smaller and smaller and then it gets bigger. So there's a momentum moving here. And yeah, like I said, one of them could be the sense of love, or accepting of who you are too, which is like, that is such a great gift. Like being good with your own, like in your own skin, in your own person, accepting and knowing that you're awesome. That is like one of the biggest gifts, I would say. But there's also that, like I said, there's a sense of abundance that comes once you recognize your own, like your broader perspective of like understanding your more mature emotions and actually nurturing yourself. And I feel like also nurturing others as well. Let's continue on. We have retreat. And look at that, retreat again, and that's the 4 of swords. So really this might be like your next chapter is maybe a vacation, retreating, enjoying yourself, like hermit moding. But I don't feel like it's a hermit mode, because I feel like there's other people that are coming in here, like friends that are coming in here. For others of you, love that's coming in there. And embrace. What are you embracing? You're embracing the Ace of Cups, which I like that a lot. Look at that. And you can actually say like, wow, I love this. And nourishing. What is that nourishing coming through here? Nourishing, yeah, like it's nourishing yourself. It's nourishing your soul. And I'm glad that you have it. Like it's the Ace of Cups here, and it's double Ace of Cups. Could even say 2 of Cups, but I feel like, and if that's true, let me just call this out. If this is the 2 of Cups here for you, even though they're separate and maybe you're seeking each other, which, wow, love that. There's a sense here, both cups are filled. Both cups are full to the top, my friends. And that's one of those little caveats that I always say when you have that 2 of Cups and you've been like, I've been looking for love. I'm like, yeah, but let me just say this. Nobody's going to fill those, like each person has to come in to a connection with cups full. Like if otherwise nobody can fill that cup for you, right? And so it's just random, one of those random things. I have to say it. All right, now we have so yeah, and you are seeking, I feel like you're seeking the things that make you happy. You're seeking that Ace of Cups, but really taking that time, like retreating, time to take it easy, my friends. Not time to, like I said, this is not. And the seeking for me is really seeking inside of yourself, not an external thing. It's like, I feel like this chapter is going to be one of where there's not a lot of action, but rather, and not inaction, because you're taking internal action rather than external one. I hope that makes sense. So We have the singing, emotional freedom, excitement, and so there's a sense of emotional freedom. And this is actually also reminding me of the ribbit of the frog. There's a thing, so it's a sense of maybe you needing to like possibly sing something, getting something out of your throat, like. But I for me, it's like it's singing for some reason, just pumping your music and just kind of singing, releasing any emotions that need to be released. I know, but there is a sense of hope here. I do like this because it's sort of like, for me, this castle represents not just like a castle, like it could be a home, but for me, it's sort of representing the vision that you have for your future of what you want. And so it's not necessarily here. And I'm going to be honest, it's not here yet. I'm not like, your next chapter is not the end of the novel or of this, like this novel of book one, let's say, or book two or whatever. And then there's like more. No, this is not, we're like, I would say, like, how would I describe this in the arc? I would say, it's the chapter right before you take action, like external action. And so this is the internal one. I think it would be, you're not even at the climax, like you're not even at the peak, my friends. I think it's like sort of like over here, and here's the climax. So you're getting close, my friends. And so that's why you're seeing this. You're seeing the hope. You're starting to envision what you want. And you're starting to express it. I almost feel like you're starting to dance, and you're like, yeah, it's coming. And so we have harp healing. Poof. And again, look, there's music that keeps coming forward. Healing, spiritual harmony, spiritual discord. No, I feel like you're trying to find the spiritual harmony within yourself. But I do, like I said, there's a sense of needing to heal. So like, this is the important thing, because this is what your next chapter is. Your next chapter is all about healing. It's understanding that you do not need to compete with others, that you're not comparing yourself to others. That is just calling upon your own suffering here, and that's the Nine of Swords. And there's this fear of missing out because you're comparing yourself to others. You're like, oh my goodness, they already have their life together. You don't even know. First of all, we don't know what goes on in real people's lives. Let me just say, but but I do know one thing, that if you keep on looking externally and thinking you're missing out on something because you're comparing yourself to others, you're missing out on your own life. That for sure is, I do know that. And so that's what I'm seeing here. It's sort of like healing that and understanding what it's a sense of freedom, because you're like, I have my own voice. I am like super unique. This, I think overall, like, yes, all of those are beautiful. Like, I love all those cards, but I think this is the thing, is understanding your unique nature. It's unfolding and being into who you are meant to be, blossoming into your true self, which that's amazing, right? So I would think that, like, so I think what I'm gonna do now is I really want to actually give you some advice, and we're gonna use this right here. We're gonna use the language of heart alchemy. Okay, so let's go ahead, see what kind of advice we can give the collective of group one in their new chapter in their life. What is a good, let's give me the advice that we can give the collective of. Okay, very good. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and let's see health. So this is very important. So where can you improve your flow? Can you see this? Sometimes I'm like, I get so into it, I forget to check that it's not all blurry. Where can you improve your flow? Our physical health is intricately linked to our spiritual, mental, and emotional health. We tend to see this as all separate parts, but we need to fit together. But it is more of a conversation and circulation to create flow and balance for the whole. Physical, emotional, energetically, all linked together. A healthy self is one that can heal thyself by tapping into its own wisdom. Yes, again, like it's like you're going deep within yourself. And for some of you, this health means that you got to slow down, that you got to take some time off. You got to, like, that Four of Swords came back, and so this retreat, time for for a break, my friends. Okay, and then we have a gape, which reminds me a lot of this, the pony thing, puny or whatever. Where can you love higher? A gape is a huge open heart. It is the highest form of love, the energy of the universal love connection, and an experience of incredible creativity through self-expression. Yes, self-expression. Oh, love that. A gape is a dedication to appreciating, honoring, nurturing the beauty and uniqueness of all beings, including and especially of yourself. Feed a higher version of self-love and focus with a sense of maturity and purpose towards what you have to give. Boom! That is beautiful. That's a mic drop right there. And that's also what I've been feeling with this King of Cups. And so like those gifts that you are receiving, I feel like those are also gifts that you are able to give. So sharing your unique gifts, sharing them with the world, it's also going to bring a lot of abundance to you, like in all forms. Okay, network. Is the web work supported? Spiders are expert at weaving beautifully engineered webs and creating an interconnected system and structure to help support itself. People can do the same. Like the spider web, a network stretches out and expands beyond a small space in order to connect a bigger relational possibility. Networks just don't happen though. You have to look for them, creating your relationships with people already around you to strengthen the connection. And so this might be that Three of Cups energy where you are connecting maybe to your friends. What I'm seeing is, or what I do see here is that you're never alone. It's a thing. You don't have to go through everything alone. Yes, there is a sense, like I said, we are going within yourself, retreating, maybe taking some time, but that doesn't mean that you're going to block out everybody. It is really more of finding your support system. That's what I'm seeing here. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for being here. I feel very honored that I was able to read your cards. And if you like any of these oracles or my tarot, you can find those on Etsy. This one is, and these two are, which one? These are the Winter's Embrace by vlovetarot. And this is her fairy tale dreams. Fairy tale love dreams. I don't know, but I think it's fairy tale love dreams oracle, and these are, I know, are going to be retiring soon, so go check them out if you like them. This you can this is the language of the heart alchemy oracle, and I really do like it. You can find this at which one is it? I forgot. Well, you can find it. You know what it's called. All right. So thank you so much. And just, it really does mean a lot to me. I am sending you so much love and so much light until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. Friends from group 2, I am so happy you are here. So let's find out, what is your next chapter in life? I think it's going to be a fun reading. I liked group 1's message, so I think we're gonna see something. Okay, let's see what we have. So metamorphosis, changing. Whew. Well, we have the butterfly here. I feel like you are, oh wow, it is the metamorphosis. You actually see the cocoon. This butterfly just came out of the cocoon. We also do have 2 flamingos reflecting each other, so there's a sense of mirroring. Breaking the chain, ancestral pattern, healing, rewriting the future. Okay, and there's earth pulsing, so pulse of mother, slow down time. Meaning very similar to group 1 in one way and different in the other. So what I'm gonna say to you is the next chapter for you, my friends, is like the rewriting the future is what's really getting me here. Break the chain. I feel like this is the next chapter for you. It is coming out of the cocoon. So I'm going to say you're in the cocoon. And so one of the things that happens when you, or any, like just think about anything where like even a child, like it's sort of like in order to go to the next stage, which is this next chapter, it sort of feels like there's a breakthrough, kind of like. So what I'm saying this is, in a way, the reality that you knew before is going to completely, The reality you knew is sort of like you're going to see it as an illusion. So that's a really big statement. I really do get that. But I feel like this is what you're going to see. You're going to start seeing things in a whole new, different, from a different point of view, from a different, before you were seeing everything from within the cocoon. So you were, let's say your world, I want to say, is your point of view. I mean, your vision was kind of like limited. And so this is where you are, and like, I'm going to say this is actually quite a hard, I'm going to say it's very hard. It's going to be a hard chapter in your life, because when you're rewriting the future, or really when you're looking at things from a, okay, I want to say this because I won't, because the way I think about it is, it's sort of when you were from when you went from being a child to something more, right? When you used to see things, like a lot of people start seeing like, oh, their parents or adults, they're not perfect, right? That's what I feel like you're starting to see. So I feel like for me, this next chapter is for you to actually see things very clearly. Like there's a sense of clarity coming through, and to me it's sort of like an expansion of your mind, expansion of your views. This actually reminds me of, who was it? I think it was Socrates, right? There were people who were in a cave, and the shadows, it was, they never left the cave even though it was open, and they were able to leave because the shadows made them believe that there were people. Like it's sort of like you're walking out of a very like you're getting out of the cave, you're seeing things in a whole different perspective. It's not even a different perspective. To me, it's sort of like your reality is going to shift. In ways where you might think that everything you thought previously was not real. Like I can't even say it, like was a lie, was an illusion. Okay, yeah, an illusion. Sort of like you're walking away from an illusion. So I don't know what that means in terms of, for some of you, there's like, I don't know what illusion you've been under. We've all been under illusions. Like I like, that's the Maya, right? That's the part of the life. So there is some sort of illusion you're finally breaking out of. The earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature. For me, yes, there is a sense of resting, because as you go through this, as your reality expands, as you actually step outside of, let me just move you a little bit, buddy. Can you still see? Okay, you can. All right, as you move out of the cocoon, the egg, the illusion, right? Needing to take care of yourself is very important, because it is a sense to me like there's a very, when you meet this new reality, it's very shocking. It's not easy. It really isn't. It's sort of like the baby crying right after they're born. It's sort of like, whoa, what's this, right? And here I thought this was the world, and all of a sudden it just got bigger. So I feel like your world is going to get bigger. Your point of view is going to get bigger. Your mind is going to get bigger. And so there's a need for grounding, right? Yeah. And so there are going to, and this is actually kind of a little bit, like I said, for the group, you are face to face with yourself. There's a sense of mirroring here. So seeing what is real, like what is like the same and what is different. Like there's a need to really check in with yourself and your reality. I'm like, this is a big, I'm sorry, like it's, and if I'm not saying it correctly enough, but it just, it's a strong statement. I never quite understand why they like to just, let me just move you just this way. Oh, you're still there. Yeah, I'm not moving you. I'm not kicking you out. I'm just moving you tiny bit. That's it. Let's move the camera a little bit this way too, so we can all be together. There we go. All right. Yeah, look at that. Yes. Okay. All right, let's see what other. We have the Knight of Swords. Yes, we have the Death card. Yep, that makes sense. We have the Four of Cups, and we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. So why I was really excited about this Eight of Candy Canes, because I feel like that's where you are right now. You are in this Eight of Swords energy, right? You feel like you're being tempted, even with this, also with this Four of Cups energy. And there's the breakthrough. I feel like you're finally going to break free of that, right? You're breaking free of the Eight of Swords. So whatever's been binding you, I really think whatever's been binding, could be worries, it could be, it's really so much of a mental, it's like a mental prison. So you're about to break free of that. You're gonna see, this chapter is all about seeing that, hey, you know what? This is not like, I don't have to stay in this globe. I can come out of it. I don't have to be in this sense of apathy. There is actually something better coming my way, and you're going to finally be able to see it, because you're right, before you were not able to see it. You're in this state of fear, I would say. It was very, like I said, it was a very cramped feeling for me, in your thoughts as well. And I think that's why you're moving away from that. And then we have the Three of Ornaments, a sense of collaboration here. So I'm going to say that you're going to stop feeling alone, because I feel like that was part of this. There was a sense of isolation in this feeling here. Like you're in this, like all bubbled up, and I feel like you're finally going to say, like, this is sort of like, there's different patterns, there's different things. You're actually going to meet people with different, actual really different perspectives and points of view. And you're going to finally see that there's so much to the world. I really keep saying, like, I feel like your whole vision is expanding. It's sort of like you're looking at, I've never actually been to a Grand Canyon, but I feel like you're going to step out and see the vastness of the world and its beauty as well. So very beautiful chapter that you have, but it's also very, it can be scary, and I'm not going to deny that there's a sense, because that is the Four of Ornaments here. It's actually like you're holding on, like you want to hold on to this old world perspective. You're holding on to this comfort zone of what you've known. But there's, like I said, there's so much more. And even here we have the Three. It's like there's so much more, and I think you're going to see it, and you're actually going to love it. It's going to be scary at first. I can see why you also, maybe you've already started to experience this shift and changing, and you're kind of fighting it. The metamorphosis, you're kind of fighting it. You're like, I don't want to change. I understand why that would feel like, but because it is a big change. It's your perspective that changes a lot. So we have this Death card here, and like that to me is like an ending that comes through here. Yeah. And it could be, and the side here, just, it really does, I mean, to me it's sort of like a sudden change of like something, like to me, I'm surprised it didn't have the Tower moment, but I could see why it's not, because it's not a Tower moment, because I feel like you prep to it, you've kind of gone through some sort of already change that's happened before, but this is like the next step. This is sort of like an even bigger expansion, and you're taking it on, like Knight of Swords. You're moving, really listening to that. I almost feel like energy of like, I want to just kind of go forward and break free of whatever it is that's been blocking you. Of this, like for me, it's, like I said, it's a lot of mental like restriction. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like a lot of you can't, or you shouldn't, and you're breaking free of that finally. And what I'm seeing here is almost like there's a sense of wanting this creativity, like with the Queen of Wands. But I want to say with this, and it may not make sense, it just, like, I feel like you feel like you're a villain for wanting more, or for breaking out of whatever this mental prison is. Like, you feel like a villain, because this is actually Cruella de Vil portraying the Queen of Wands. And so for me, it's sort of like you feel like a villain because you want more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. And I feel like this is the Emperor. that's guiding you to this. It's sort of like you're taking action. You're finally taking action on all those things that you've been wanting. And so for me, it's a lot. To me, feels like you're finally taking a risk on maybe on an endeavor that you've been wanting, or like it could be like a YouTube channel. It could be like you're finally taking that plunge and you're creating an oracle deck. Like, I'm just saying examples. It's sort of like it's something you've been avoiding because you've been in a state of fear, but now you're finally just taking that plunge here and you're moving forward. A really beautiful energy. And it's gonna seem scary, and it's going to, because it really is, like I like, it's gonna seem scary and it's gonna seem like you're being selfish, and that is not something that's true. You really, I feel like Spirit is trying to give you this Ace of Cups. It's trying to give you like a sense of freedom, and it's also trying to give you a support system, but it can only happen if you break free of that Eight of Swords. Wow. Yeah, Euphoria. Yes, I can see that. Okay, we have healing twice here, and then we have guide. Okay, very beautiful. Let me see. One, cottage, peace, door to dreams. Okay, look at this. I want you to see that the Euphoria is, to me, that Knight of Swords. It's moving forward. It's taking that action. It's sort of like you're picking up and you're skating away. Like, even if you can't see what's next, you're still taking motion here. There is a sense of healing. For me, it's sort of healing your own thoughts. It's healing whatever, like I said, those thoughts, there were thoughts here that were very restrictive, like you shouldn't, you can't. And so we're finally healing that. We're accepting, and I love this because you're accepting this Ace of Cups that you were ignoring before with this Four of Cups. And the reason why you were in that Four of Cups is because I think your world was too small. Like, you wanted something more, and so it was almost like you weren't quite ready to see that opportunity that was being brought here, and there is an opportunity here. So cultivating, like I said, it feels like you're cultivating your dreams. You're cultivating something you've been desiring. And so this is not the end of it, right? And like I said to group one, this is like, for me, it's like you're not, it's like it's about to get steamy, or it's about to get like exciting in the book, in your book. It's like you are ready because this is a big shift and change. And so, but you still need to cultivate it. It's sort of like the work isn't over and the work isn't done. Guiding light here. I do feel like for some of you, I feel like you are being guided, you are being divinely guided. But for others of you, it's, looking at that, there's light, there's something that's guiding your path. Follow that through. Follow that rather than the fear, right? I really want to say that. And eventually what I think is that you are in turn going to become the light for somebody else. And so it's a very beautiful cycle that you may not even be aware of, that you're starting here and you're going. And like I said, door to dreams, you are stepping into your dreams and into creating a whole new world for yourself. Like a really bright future that you have. There is a sense, cottage, we have peace, comfort, and escaping responsibility. For me, it's actually finding, there's a sense of peace here, yeah. But for me, it's almost like, I would say two things. I would say there's a sense of, when it feels overwhelming in the state of like this, like I said, a whole new world, it's okay to kind of like have, like, go within yourself for a little while, find this comfort, find this peace. Like, there's little bits and pieces, there's of finding comfort in things. I don't know like how I would say it, like, it feels overwhelming. So I would say, okay, my best advice for you especially is since I do feel like this is very transformative energy, is create a little safe haven for yourself. And so it could just be a little corner where you just, where you feel at peace, where you feel like that. Or it could be a habit that you create where you kind of, where it helps you ground, because like there's a sense of needing to ground yourself. Like I said, if you're going through a major like metamorphosis, a major transformation here. And so there is a need for you to kind of pull in and ground your energy a little bit sometimes, because you're expanding, but there's also needing for a little contraction as you expand. I hope that makes sense. But so like Sorry, my storage actually ran out. So, as I was saying, there's a need for grounding. So having that space, like I said, like maybe even whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, especially as you go through this metamorphosis, having like something, whether it's like a habit, like drink tea, whether it's meditation, something that will help you ground. There's also like, look at this, you have invitation, announcements, social gatherings, feeling left out of plans. I feel like maybe some of you like might be feeling left out, but for me it's sort of like being out of this, like I said, out of this Eight of Swords, or being out of the cave, being out of like finally getting out of that cave. Maybe you are finally able to connect to more people, like I said, to more a new support system. And so I feel like maybe there is a lot of like social gatherings, announcements, something like that. Something very good. For me, this is very much feeling like a Four of Wands energy. So it's a good, might be challenging next chapter, but it's totally worth it. I really, the way you're going to just, the way you're evolving is, your evolution is getting even more. So let me give you some advice. So let's see what advice we can give to the collective of group 2 as with this new chapter of theirs. And then support. So I feel like you are wanting, there is a sense of needing to seek out support too. Okay, so bloom. What is coming to fruition? You continually get the teachings you need to open. You continually get the teachings you need to open your heart. These life teachings will bring you through transitions. This is where you're going through. This is a transition. And times when you need to start over. But there will also be times when you are strong, healthy, and flourishing. To bloom is to be at a time period or state of exquisite beauty, artistry, or success. Celebrate where you are in your life right now. And regardless of what it is, you are celebrating. There's a sense, like I said, this to me was a Four of Wands. Wow, looks so beautiful. You have no idea. It's like this energy is quite lovely. Lighthearted. So what makes you feel light? If you've been dealing with some heavy responsibilities or stressful situations lately, then it might be time to go play more. Get out the finger paints, make a blanket fort, have a tea, go for a walk, fly a kite, grab a guitar, allow yourself to daydream all day. Get back into your space of cheerful, free, happy, and lighten up. And this is the thing that we have, like the door to dreams. You also have this healing, which is kind of relaxing, taking it easy. It all kind of comes together. And I really have to say that for you, it is about creating. There's a sense of needing to create too, especially with this new chapter. Support. So who supports you towards where you choose to go or what you choose to do? Support is encouragement and assistance towards growth. It is the wind under the wings that you are growing and receiving the tools that that were not known before. When you step outside the comfort zone and choose risk, it means breaking out into unfamiliar territory and learning something new. For what you need, teachers. For that you need teachers and support systems. So look at this. This is perfectly, because this is what we're seeing here. You're stepping outside the comfort zone and choosing risk, and you're breaking out of into unfamiliar territory, and that's what you are. You're leaving this very restrictive Eight of Swords energy. Where is my other cards? Oh, there it is. And you're moving away from the cave. Like, this is, to me, it's like you're moving away from the cave. You're moving away and you're breaking those chains. So very, very beautiful. But you do need support systems. So be out there. Be willing to get that support system. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it is. But I think part of it is being lighthearted. It's part of like taking time and grounding yourself as well. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. It really does mean a lot to me. And until I see you in the next one, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Bye-bye, my dear friends. From group 3. Okay, so you chose this one. I was like, I was excited to do this one. Rock bottom. Because I thought, sometimes you just are at rock bottom and you just, the only way is up, right? That's the only way to go up is up. And so I actually thought that I liked it. I really, this was a card. I even liked the road. But sometimes it was just leading you to where you for me, it's sort of the rock bottom is actually not necessarily the bottom. It's sort of where you're leading you into a dead end, some sort of dead end in your life, right? So this is the next chapter in your life, and so let me make sure you can actually see everything. There it is. Okay, perfect. So you were headed somewhere where it was just. Where you were just hitting a wall. To me, that's the thing area. Like you're headed and you're hitting a wall, hitting a wall, hitting a wall. And so this chapter that's coming, and 10 really plays for me an important role here. It's sort of like, I'm not saying that you never will be able to go down this road, whatever this road is. But for me, it's sort of like right now it's a stop right now, and instead focus on something else. That's sort of what I'm getting here. So this is a chapter where you're kind of shifting away from, I think, your humdrum, whatever it is that this, like I said, I feel like there's something in your life that is being blocked right now, and some area in your life that is being blocked right now, and that is not a bad thing at all. It is actually, I think for me, it's actually that you need to focus on something else while this gets taken care of. We also have the leap. Go first, the universe will catch you. So yeah, trying something completely new. Full energy right here. We have the Pleiades. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. So double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And again, look at this. It's always kind of like lifting off, taking off, being in flight rather than. So I feel like it's almost like you have another mission. I've been saying that, like I remember what other place it was in another reading where I feel like you are so you're in one of those adventure MMORPGs or something, or like you're in a game, right? And you're trying to like go do a mission. Well, you're gonna have a side mission. So I feel this chapter, in the next chapter in your life, this coming chapter, is all about a side mission. Very important side mission, because it is something totally new to you. It is I feel like it's not only uplifting humanity, but it's also uplifting you as well. So fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. And so what I'm seeing with this fall into my arms and surrender, I'm feeling like you're needing to surrender, trying to butting your head or like hitting that wall. Like that is whatever is being blocked right now, whichever area in your life is being blocked right now, or like I'm because like it's a collective reading, so like a general reading, so I can't specify. But it's right now, it's sort of like take your mind away from that. We're going on a whole new other mission, like something totally new, which is very exciting. So surrender, trying to control this. This I feel it's like Spirit's working on that. That's what I feel like. Spirit's working on whatever it is that is being blocked right now. So now we're going to work on something else that where Spirit's kind of guiding you. So your heart is guiding you. Your intuition is guiding you. Okay. Let's see. And this is my Christmas cheer tarot, which I really do like. I created it. I loved Christmas. My favorite. I really do believe it's my favorite season. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So there is a sense of choice here. But look at this choice. I have to say, this is a very interesting choice to me here. This Two of Swords is like, look at all this butterfly energy. To me, it's sort of like a transformation, but not being aware, not wanting to go through that transformation, but it's still happening, my friends. We are still transforming. It's not a bad thing. You also have Justice twice. For me, that is, yes, there's a sense of wanting to find balance. Like here you say extremes of life, so you're trying to find balance, not being in the extremes. But to me, it's also kind of what was I gonna say? Sorry, I got lost my track. Like, right, that's what I was gonna say. So, for me, it's also a sense of karma sometimes. So I feel like the karma is guiding you a different way. Does that make sense to you? So like Spirit doesn't want you to keep hitting your head against that rock that we have here. Spirit is giving you an alternative, and I feel like an alternative route, or to me, it's really, like I said, a side mission that is going to help you move on to the next thing. And I look at this, you're leaving something behind and you're moving towards something better. We have this, like the Six of Swords, moving away from tumultuous times to something that's much better. Yeah, where you don't feel like, I feel like you are not only in a state of confusion, but almost like it like you can see the smile here. There's a happiness there, and you actually, with the rock bottom, even like the meaning of that is like there's a tightness here, and then Spirit's guiding you to something better. Like I really do like that. I feel like that's a good karma on your part. I do feel like that is something that, like, I almost feel like there's a sense of balancing, like letting the world kind of balance out, especially if, let's say, you've been having, like I said, I feel like you've been having a rough time. I feel like the balance, the counter that, there's going to be something even better. There's going to be something like more joyous. And again, isn't interesting that you have the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords here, and then you have the Seven of Cups, which is really about choosing. Right now, options are available to you, and I feel like it's more than one option. And so I even feel like there's good karma coming, and by that I mean it's like different choices even for the good karma. It's like, oh, you can go with this justice or you can go with this justice, but like I just feel like there's a choice for you out there. But a choice where it's not like, oh, okay, something bad and something worse. No, it's a choice of something that's really exciting and happy, that's going to make you very happy. So this is an important time. The Nine of Wands, I feel like there's that sense of, you kind of are very much like trying to persist and keep going and keep going. But I like, what I'm saying is like really just time to temporarily, and that's the important thing. I'm saying temporarily walk away from that, whatever this wall is, whatever that is, needing to temporarily take away, to walk away, to actually have victory later. I don't know why I keep saying that, but that to me is so important. And really for me, it's the sense of the Queen of Candle, which is like Queen of Wands, which is all about like passion and creativity, like following those instincts, following that. And that's where I see that, where you're going to be the happiest. So in trying something new, I really mean that, like trying something new. And then with the King of Candles, there's a sense of you coming through with leadership as well, like and indeed taking action, just not, like I said, not just hitting your head against over with that wall, but rather taking action towards something that is coming out of like your heart. It's like a side project, a project you're just like, oh, I don't know if I should do this, or it like, I don't, it really does feel like it's a project of some kind. And so you're like, I don't know, but then it's totally gonna change you, and it's gonna, like, I really feel like it's gonna make it so that you finally lift that that rock here. I don't know why I keep like visualizing video games. I really do. It's like, maybe some of you really like playing video games. I don't know, but I'm seeing that, and to me, it really is this choice here of like what good, like you've already earned the karma, like a good karma, and really stressing out that good karma. And I feel like there's a sense where you getting to choose which path you go. A Justice card, I really like that. for you, and because I feel like there's that sense of balance. Okay, let's see what other stuff is coming in a bit. Love that. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. Okay. Oh, look at transformation right here. And this is so perfect because it is this. Like, I think part of you is not trying to do this transformation, but it's a really big thing. You are transforming. And it will be a very transformative thing. There is with this connection, there is a sense of also like maybe trying something, like maybe if you have a certain vision, like if you're looking for love and you're, if you're looking for love with a specific person, let me rephrase that, specific person, and it's not working out, stop hitting your head against that wall. Maybe try to find somebody else. Somebody else. That, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that connection's forever gone, but there is another important connection here, because we even have the King of Candles and Queen of Candles. So something to think about, we do have protect. So I think the Spirit is like here. I think you are being divinely protected here, and in terms of like why this, whatever it is that's like being blocked right now, is for your own benefit. I feel like that's what it is, because something better is here with this connect, and I do feel like, look, innovation. Like I said, you are in a state of something that you are creating, something you're passionate about, something that's totally new to you, something you've been done before, and so that's important. And eternity, maybe it's because you've been trying to hit your head against the wall because you're like, time is running out, things are like, you have to like do it, trying to like I said, sort of like struggle your way through it. But it's almost like saying no. There's eternity, there's like, you don't have to, it may not be right now. Like that's also with that love connection. Like I said, if you've hit your head against like over and over, you want this particular person, a connection with this particular person, but it's not working out and it's not panning out. I'm not saying that's for everything that you're gonna like not be together, but right now maybe connect to somebody who is available. Like really, that's what I'm saying. And so that could be because there's like, I really like, there's eternity, there's time here, there's how do I say it? We tend to think that everything we're experiencing is a forever, right? Whether it's happiness, like we think we're always going to be happy, or if we're in a state of like that rock bottom, you think that everything's always going to be bad, right? But nothing is like that. There's always change. There's always like things change. And so that's an important. And here you have the transformation, which is telling you, yes, things do change. So vanity, superficiality, imprisoned spirit. For me, it is, could definitely be that you are, what was I going to say to you? I feel like part of this vanity is that part of the reason why you keep hitting your head against that wall, instead of seeing that, hey, maybe this is right now is not the right time, or this thing is not the right option for me at this point in time. That might just be that it really is the ego coming through. And it is very important for us to see that, right? It's important for us to see like, hey, where is this really coming from? And why are we so persistent on this, right? It could be something that's very nice here. But then there's also this luxurious hair, health, strength, lack of confidence. For me, it's actually, to me, it's like the strength of trying something new. So maybe your hair, and this has, like, I may just sound silly, but your hair is all like dried and it like lacks something. Or maybe you've had the same hair cut or style for like years and years and years or something. I feel like spirit really, like the overall thing, this chapter, this like upcoming chapter, like this next chapter in your life is about trying something completely new. I feel like part of this imprisoned spirit is that you are imprisoning yourself by sticking to the old rather than allowing the true transformation. So it's really, I feel like your choice is like change or not change, and it's like you're changing, right? But accepting it and enjoying the transformation, letting innovation, like I feel like there's so much inspiration that's coming through here. Don't ignore it. Go with it. It really is like, I feel like you're gonna transform your life, transform yourself, and be more who you want to be. And it really is this is like divinely guided right here. And you might connect to somebody who is like really your partner here, or like friend, or whatever it is, or somebody who like also loves the same thing. Let's see what advice I can give the collective of group 3 as their new chapter. At this new chapter. Okay, friendship. Yes, friendship is important. Yeah, look at that. Wise. And strength. Okay, strength is there. So we're gonna like let it be. Okay, an adjustment. Group 3. I think sometimes I spoil you. So I always like somehow group 3 always makes me want to have more cards. All right, let's start with the friendship and work our way. And this one was the last one. So friendship. Where can you be more of a friend? Friendship comes in many flavors, and all of them can be savored. From the dog that never leaves your side, to the child that wants to play with you all the time, to the casual acquaintance that you have fun at events with, to the business colleague who shares great tips with you, to the person who will listen to you to all your deep dark secrets without judgment. Nurture your friend garden. Okay, so that's an important thing because we even have connect. So this new chapter is really about connecting, friendships, connecting to others. No longer, like I said, don't be in yourself, like by yourself. Part of this is channeling, but it's also like connecting. It's uplifting humanity, but in order to do that, it's like you're not by yourself. Like, let me show you. You're not by yourself. Look at all these others with you. And so connecting to that could be to your spiritual family. Why? So how does your intuition and spirit speak to you? The wisdom your heart shares has to do with having the power of discerning what is true and correct for you. What experiences do you choose to learn and grow from? Is there a decision you need to make right now? Open your intuitive capacities to see and choose wisely. And yes, we do have a Two of Swords, so there is a choice that needs to be made here. Very important. I like that. So you can see that. What experience do you choose to learn and grow from? And yeah, you're gonna see that. I'm gonna leave that. I actually really like this. That's a really pretty owl. A broken open. So how much space has been created? By breaking, more space has been created. To give and to receive more. The broken pieces at the bottom each contain the gift of seed, but for growing a more intimate love with yourself and others. The broken pieces rise up together to create an enormous open heart that will burst into golden flames and light up the sky. Expand and let love in again. Wow. And with this, like, again, this is like, isn't it amazing? Because it keeps coming back to this. And even here, is this like the leap here? Yeah, like you're supposed to take off somewhere, like you're supposed to take a leap of some kind, but look at how there is a rising up here. So the broken pieces rise up together to create an enormous open heart that bursts into golden flames and light up the sky. I really feel like that's where you are. You're connecting to others. I love it. Sorry, I'm making this mess. Sometimes there's something to be said about messes. And so we have the strength, the luxurious here. So strength. Do you feel challenged? Your heart is actually a muscle or a muscular organ that is in charge of circulation circulation for your entire body. Take that thought and expand it to include the energy, emotions, and movement in your environment around you. Become fully aware and present in yourself and in your environment, and you will be able to see in your power even more. So I'm beginning to see that it's really about opening your heart. This transformation is all about opening yourself up. And opening yourself up into something new, right? Trying new people, new places, something that has to be totally new for you. And then there's adjustments. What station are you tuned into right now? Do you need to change it? If you adjust the frequency, the structure of the matter will change. Like a radio dial, maybe you keep putting on the same station and it's keeping you stuck to a place that holds you back from exploring further. Turn the dial until you tune into a sound that resonates with where you want to be. What you allow is what you will continue. So maybe it's time to change it up. And that, my friends, is like, that's the mic drop right there. It is really about changing. It really is. This next chapter could be a whole new other like wardrobe, could be like, there's just some sort of change that's coming for you, and one that maybe I feel like that you feel a bit scared about, but you're gonna still, like, you're taking that leap of faith, trust in it. And maybe some of that changing is that you're opening yourself up to friendships, opening yourself up to new people. That is like, this is a very beautiful chapter ahead of you. I hope you know that. I hope you feel it. I know it may seem like it's overwhelming, but whatever it is, whatever situation that's being blocked for you, and is being blocked so that you can try something new. So Spirit is always supporting you. Like, that's the thing. You're protected. This is a divine thing that's coming through here for you. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends.